Very good morning again, students. In the previous class, we started to solve the problems in projections of solids. That is, how to draw the front and top view of a solid when it is simply resting on the horizontal plane. And the case we considered in the previous class is solid axis perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. A simple standing position, we discussed how to solve or how to draw the front and top views of the given solid, and the object took by us is simply a square prism. And in the today class also, now we are going to discuss a question which is involved with the drawing of a front and top views of a solid which is simply standing on the horizontal plane, that is the axis perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. Instead of a prism, we are going to try with a pyramid. Okay, let me to write the problem. The question is, we are going to process with a pentagonal pyramid. Pentagonal pyramid of base side 35 mm and axis 70 mm is resting on HP by its base with one of the base edges being parallel to VP. Draw its projections. Okay, draw its projection. A simple standing condition only the solid is having. The object is a pentagonal pyramid. A pentagonal pyramid. I hope all of you having a well experience on drawing the polygons, pentagon and hexagon by using the included arm angle method or by using the inscribed circle method. Both are possible. Preferably you can go for included angle method. That will be better and accurate always without any fear on the error. You can complete the drawing of the polygon. Now, it is a pentagonal pyramid simply standing on the horizontal plane. If you consider the environment, your solid pentagonal pyramid is going to simply standing on the horizontal plane. Meantime, one of the base edges is parallel to VP. So this is nothing but the VP screen. So by being parallel to VP, it is having one edge. The rest of the edges are in their own way, and then you can complete the solid. So in this way only you are having your pentagonal pyramid. The one edge which is considered as that edge is being parallel to VP, and then the solid is standing in that way. You need to draw its front view and top view. So in the front view, definitely you are going to have something which is obtained through the projectors, and in the top view you are going to have the pentagonal base in the HP screen. Okay, so this is nothing but your top view, that's nothing but your front view. We are going to draw it in the proper way. Let me rub up the board. So keep this 3D environment in your mind. It is always essential, students. In the case of engineering graphics, before bring the answer in the paper, first you have to bring that answer in your mind. You have to provide an A3 size paper in your mind, and you have to bring the object virtually, and you need to consider the object with the same standing conditions against HP and VP which is given in the question, and then you have to simulate its front and top views. You need to generate the front and top views of the same object with the given condition in your mind first. Later on only, based on that, you need to start the answer here. So it is very much essential in engineering graphics. Without imagination, it is not possible to bring the right answer in the paper. It is my way. Generally, it's a foolproof way for all of you. Now, let me to draw the XY line first. At your object, as you know, a pentagonal pyramid, in any question, which is the first thing you needed to draw? The lateral view or the base view of the solid? The base view of the solid only we can draw at first. Based on the projectors drawn from that base view, it is possible to draw the lateral view of the solid. So as usual, you have to ask the two check post questions. Where and how? Where is nothing but where should be the base view of the solid, and how is nothing but how should be the base view of the solid. These two steps are very essential. In every problem, I am insisting this again and again. Why? Because these two steps only will decide you are going to give the right answer or wrong answer. Okay, it is very easy to draw the front and top views by using this method, but when you initiate it in the wrong way, however you followed every procedure in right way, you will get the wrong answer only. So be very careful and spend much cautious when you are in the first two steps. First you have to decide where you will get the base view of the solid based on the resting condition given in the question. Your solid is resting on the horizontal plane. So whenever I am reading the question or discussing about the conditions given in the question, please in your mind you can bring virtually the object and apply those conditions on that object and see what is obtaining in the VP screen and HP screen. It is very much needed. This is nothing but your cooperation during the lecture hour. Okay, just simulate in your brain what I am discussing here. Okay, just take the object, a pentagonal pyramid, make it rest on the horizontal plane as given in the question. Meantime, one of the base edges of that pyramid should be parallel to the horizontal vertical plane. And now give me the answer where you will get the base view of the solid, in the front view or in the top view. Base view is nothing but the view of the base shape of the solid. It is actually a pentagonal pyramid, so its base will be in the shape of a pentagon. So the pentagonal shape is will be obtained in top view or front view. Which view? Based on the question statement. In the top view. In the top view only you will get the shape base view of the solid, and in the front view you will get the lateral view. It's automatically understood. So in the top view, so you need to start the answering from the top view. So just after XY line, this is what your work. You are now decided from the top view you are going to start the answer. Okay, right. And how should be the base? How should be the base? A pentagonal base can be drawn in any way. In that way you can draw. In this way you can draw. In that way also you can draw. It is also possible. So choice 1, 2, 3, 4. In any form you can draw a pentagonal base in the top view. But out of these all choices, maybe one choice will be applicable, or two choice sometimes will be applicable for the current condition. The current condition is one of the base edges being parallel to VP. One of the base edges being parallel to VP. Any relation given with respect to VP should be considered with respect to XY if you are discussing from the top view area. Now we are discussing from the top view area. If you want to make anything parallel or perpendicular with respect to VP, here you need to consider the same with respect to XY line. Okay. So here just found which in which choice one base edge is parallel to VP. In the choice 1, in choice 2, choice 3 or choice 4. In which choice one base edge of the pentagon is being parallel to the VP. See here, here no. And there you having one base edge parallel to VP. You need not to consider about the rest of the edges. They may be having some other inclination, 30 degree, 40 degree, 1 degree, whatever it may be. One base edge is maintaining parallel to VP. So that just this choice is okay. And here not possible. There it is possible. See here, here one base edge is being parallel to VP. Like the same. Here also one base edge parallel to VP. There also one base edge is parallel to VP. So these two choices are not applicable for the current condition, and these two choices can be possible. And which I can select, the choice 2 or choice 4, it's your wish. It's your wish. In both choices, the conditions are satisfied. The pentagonal base having one base edges parallel to VP. So any you can select. Now as of now I am selecting this one. Okay, but selecting the for choice 4 also right only. First you need to draw the pentagonal base. I am making one base edge being parallel to the vertical plane. The included angle is, as we know, it is 108 degree in case of the pentagon.
Sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, screen konja stuck agudhu sir appappo.
Oh, don't worry. This may be due to some network issues. In the recorded lecture, this will be clear.
Okay, sir.
Don't worry. Okay, just draw the pentagonal base here. Pentagonal base here. Actually, how many corners are in this pentagonal pyramid? I am not asking about pentagonal plane. I am asking about pentagonal pyramid. In a pentagonal pyramid, how many corners you can find? In the base, 5 corners. In the base, 5 corners and one apex point in the top. So totally, in the case of a pentagonal pyramid, you can find 6 corners. Okay, 6 corners. Now you can mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. And what about the 6th apex point? For that, you need to mark the center point of this pentagonal surface. And how to mark the center point of the pentagonal surface? A systematic way is there. A systematic way is there. Let me to give you about that. So that can be very much easy by using your drafter. Okay, by using a drafter. Number of methods are available. One method I will give you, which is more proven one. Use your drafter. First, make your drafter. Drafter actually having perpendicular scales. So mutually perpendicular scales. Make one scale of the drafter parallel to any one side of your pentagonal base. From that side, draw a line towards the center corner opposite to that side. See here, now I am selecting that side. From that side, draw a perpendicular line towards the opposite corner. Just a rough line only, you need not to use HB pencil. Just with 2H pencil you can do that. Just an estimator line. In the same way, now make your drafters one scale parallel to another side. From that side's center, draw a perpendicular line towards the opposite corner. For that side, the opposite corner is this one. Okay. Towards that, draw a line. So drawn like that, here you will get a point, an intersection point. This point is nothing but the center point of this pentagonal surface. Now, what you need to do is, you need to connect the slant edges or the side edges of the pentagonal pyramid. See here. How I am connecting? From each and every base corner of your pentagon, you need to draw a line towards the center. These lines are nothing but the slant edges of this pentagonal pyramid. Totally 5 slant edges will be there in the pentagonal pyramid. So how many edges will be there in the pentagonal pyramid? The base 5 base edges, in the side 5 side edges. Totally, in the case of a pentagonal pyramid, you can see 10 edges, 5 base edges and 5 side edges. In the case of corners, see here, it is A, B, C, D and E, and here the apex point can be named always for all pyramids with the alphabet O. So totally 5 plus 1, 6 corners are in this pentagonal pyramid. Okay. After drawing these things, now you need to draw the projector from each and every corners. See here. If you look, the base corner D and the apex point O are having common projector, since they are coincides with each other in the top view. I just run the projectors towards the front view area. Now you need to mark all the corners in the front view. See here, the base pentagonal surface of this pentagonal pyramid will be looking like a straight line when you look it from the front. Okay, when you look it from the front, just consider it is a pentagonal plane. It's showing its original shape in the top view. When it is looked from the front, it's showing its total body as a straight line only. So in the base itself, you can find all the base corners. So when you're supposed to mark the base corners in this front view, here this is nothing but the front view of this pentagonal base. For your understanding purpose, I am highlighting it with the help of a dark pen. So these two are nothing but the end projectors of this pentagonal base. If you suppose to mark the corners for that, here you can mark E dash, because this is nothing but the projector of E. It is intersecting with the xy line here only. So it is nothing but E dash, and this projector intersecting with the xy here, it is nothing but A dash, and there it is intersecting here, it is D dash, and it is B dash, and here it is C dash. See students, the projector's position with respect to other points will confuse you. Accidentally, if someone try to mark it, they will mistakenly mark it as A dash, because A is here, the projector is just from A. Just look one thing, the projector is crossing from the alphabet only, not from the actual corner. The actual corner A is here only. So you need to mark the A dash here. But in some rush, mistakenly some students did this mistake. So be clear when you are marking the points. And one more point here, where to mark the O? O is nothing but the apex point, which is in the top of your pentagonal pyramid. Actually, the height of the pentagonal pyramid given here is 70 mm. So from the base, you have to calculate, you have to measure 70 mm distance in the height direction, and then you need to mark the apex point. So before that, it is better to mark the dimension for this pentagonal pyramid here. And now in order to mark the apex point in the front view, you need to first mark the apex point in the axis line. Here the axis line is going, there you need to mark the point O, that is O dash, at the height 70 mm. Measure 70 mm height from the base. With the help of the leader line, in the projector of O at the height of 70 mm, there you can mark the point O dash. Point O dash. Now you need to connect the slant edges by joining each and every base corner with the apex point. See here, E dash is a base corner. You need to connect E dash and O dash to obtain the slant edge E dash O dash. Okay. In the same way, you need to connect O dash and A dash. O dash and A dash. But you need to look one thing here. From this point only, you are going to have different kind of edges based on their appearance in a particular view, that is visible edges and invisible edges. Visible edges are nothing but the edges which are all directly visible without any disturbance in a particular view. Visible edges and invisible edges will be obtained in any view, maybe in the front view or in the top view. It's based on the location and standing condition of the object. In a particular area, if you want to decide edge is a visible edge or invisible edge, you have to think with the object itself. See here, I am seeing the object from the front. I am seeing the object from the front. So the edge O dash E dash is visible edge to me. Is visible edge to me. And the edge O dash A dash, O dash E dash is visible. O dash A dash is not visible to me because I am seeing the object from the front. The edge O dash E dash is just in the back side of the object. So it is not possible for me to directly see the O dash A dash edge which is in the back side of the object. I am seeing the object from the front side. See? This is nothing but A and O. It is E and O. And there B, C, D. I am seeing the object from the front. So the edge OE, OD and OC are visible to my eyes. but the edges OA and OB are in the back side of the object. I am looking the object actually from the front side. So it is not possible for me to see the directly the object, edges OA and OB in this resting condition. But at the same time, if I look the object from the top, I can see all the edges OA, OB, OC, OD, OE with the reduced length. Here you can see I just drawn the OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. Well, from the top view, they all are visible to my eyes. But when I see it from the front, the edges OA and OB are not visible to me. So on that condition, how to highlight graphically whether this edge is a visible or invisible edge? By simply changing the line format here. Now you need to connect the O dash A dash edge with a dashed line format in order to express it as an invisible edge. See here, this is nothing but a dashed line format. You need to connect, no doubt, you need to connect to O dash E dash, but with a different line format in order to graphically express that particular edge is invisible. Okay. And here you need to connect O dash D dash. The O dash D dash is visible to our eyes only. It is visible, clearly visible when you are seeing it from the front. So you need to connect it as a visible edge, simply with the actual narrow line format. So I think so far we discussed 3 different line formats in our engineering graphics. That is a narrow line, continuous narrow line, and axis line, dashed and dotted line, in order to mention the axis. And now I am introducing one more one, dashed line. So these 3 kind of lines can be used in our engineering graphics in order to differentiate the type of line which is going to draw. Okay, this narrow, continuous narrow line format can be used for actual visible edges, and this dashed dotted line format can be used for mentioning the center line, and this dashed line format can be used for mentioning the invisible edges. And based on the darkness level also we are playing some roles in order to draw the continuous narrow line with the 2H pencil to mention the projector, to draw the continuous narrow line with the help of the HB pencil to draw the actual edges of the object. So that also here. In addition, just update yourself on the various type of lines. And now you need to connect O dash B dash. It is actually invisible in this condition. So you need to draw O dash B dash with a dashed line format. However, it is invisible edge. You are doing drawing it with the dashed line format. Use HB pencil. Okay, HB pencil, because invisible edge is also a part in the object. So you should recognize it with the HB pencil. The format of the line only changed based on its visibility, whether it is invisible or visible. And now I need to draw the edge OC, that is O dash C dash, with the continuous narrow line, since it is an visible edge. Okay. And one more point here I want to give you as a hint. Always in a lateral view, this is nothing but the lateral view of the object. Lateral view, and that is base view. That is base view. Always in the lateral view or in the base view of the object, the outermost boundary lines are always visible only. It is not possible to have the extreme edges as invisible edges in any drawing. In any drawing, the outermost coverage will be the visible edges only. See, in that lateral view, actually it is what? A triangle. The lateral view of this pyramid is simply a triangle. In that triangle, the outermost edges are always visible edges only. The intermediate edges sometimes invisible or sometimes they are visible based on the visibility. Okay. So this is your lateral view of the given pyramid. This is the base view of the given pyramid. Because of that resting condition, the base view is obtained in top view and the lateral view obtained in the front view. So this is nothing but the final answer for this given question. before closing, just verify you have covered all the edges in the object. It is always better to have some list of edges in this object as in the rough one. See here, actually in this object, how many edges you can find? In the base 5 edges, in the side 5 edges. Just have the list on them. Base edges. Who are all the base edges in this object? AB, BC, CD and DE, finally EA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 base edges. And who are all the side edges? OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. These are all the side edges. Side edges. Totally 10 edges are count. So after completing your entire answer, just check whether you drawn all these 10 edges in all the views. In top view you have to draw 10 edges. In the front view also you have to show the 10 edges. Just see here. In the top I am calculating the base edges. AB, BC, CD, DE, EA, 5 edges in the base, and side edges OA, OB, OC, OD and OE. I just covered 10 edges in the top. Okay, right. Now calculate for the front view. Here, see here the base edges AB, BC, CD, DE, EA. It is there. And about the side edges OA, OB, OC, OD and OE. All 5 side edges also covered. So in that way, in each and every question, just completing your entire answer, you have to check whether you drawn all the edges in the solid or not. The meantime, you just named all the corners of the solid or not. So then only you can go with the satisfied mind to the next question. Okay. So if you are having any doubt in that question, you can ask now.